Mike's on, guys. Good evening and welcome to the June 18th Glenville Town Board meeting. Please rise for the invocation and pledge allegiance. Lord, we lift up our brave men and women who serve as police officers in our community. Grant them wisdom in every decision, courage in the face of danger, and strength to carry the weight of their duties with honor. Surround them with your protection, guide their actions with justice and compassion, and bring them safely home to their loved ones each day. Bless their hearts with peace and their hands with purpose as they work to uphold the safety and well-being of all. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Please note for the record that Councilman Ramapart is absent. Councilman Blue.
Here.
Councilman Aragosa.
Here.
Councilman Kirkland.
Here. We will move right into town council reports, and I'll start on my left with Councilman Aragosa.
So a couple things. Monday night here, the GECC is meeting and it'll begin the process of working on revisions to the code in terms of battery storage facilities. So that's kind of an important thing. Another thing which I think is very important and very, I thank Julie Davenport, our town clerk, for doing is Julie's been putting out information regarding who, in terms of door-to-door salesmen, have permits in the town, and I appreciate that. Currently, Mr. Dingling, Active Pest Control, and Fox Pest Control. It's important, that we maintain a list of people that are properly going door to door in our town for a lot of reasons. Number one, we have a lot of older folks who are vulnerable, and it's also just an idea in my mind for the chief and the police department. If you see people, make sure they do have proper ID. Check them out. Talk to them. Stop. Take a minute to if someone knocks on my door, first thing I ask is, have you been to town hall and gotten a permit? Because it's, over the years we've had a lot of people taken advantage of by these people that are just knocking on doors. So, thank you, Julie, for keeping that up and keeping that up to date. And that's it.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Galoo.
No report.
We will now move on to our agenda for this evening, and we'll start with a public hearing. And the first public hearing is a public hearing for all people wishing to be heard, interested in the local law 2-25, a local law establishing an interim and temporary suspension on the review approval for the battery storage facility in the town of Glenville and town code. I will now open that public hearing. That public hearing is now open. Any individuals wishing to be heard at that public hearing, please step up to the podium. Are there any individuals wishing to be heard? Is there any, sir? Yep, step up to the podium, state your name and where you reside, sir.
My name is Connor McCallion. I reside in the apartment complex on 133 Saratoga Road. Full disclosure, this is the first time hearing about this. But in terms of battery storage facility, I'm assuming we're talking about like for powering homes and things. And I think that would probably be a good thing, especially with the rise of solar power and wind energy. That would help smooth out sort of the fluctuations of power and help preserve our grid. The only objection I would have is if it's going to be by certain companies run by a certain individual who was very recently in our government, I might be hesitant to go along with that. But other than that, it sounds like a good idea to have.
Anything else, Don?
Nope.
Thank you for your remarks. Appreciate it. Is there anyone else wishing to be heard on the public hearing? Public hearing is now closed. We'll move on to 6, a public hearing for all individuals wishing to be heard about a amendment to the sign control 270-69G in zoning district of Freeman's Bridge corridor to the town code. I will now open that public hearing and any environmental concerns. Thank you, council. Anyone wishing to be heard? Is there anyone wishing to speak at the public hearing? And seeing none, public hearing is now closed. We will now move to privilege of the floor. We have no one signed up for privilege of the floor this evening. If there is anyone wishing to be heard, yep, certainly. Step right up. I think the clerk has your name, but for the record, state your name again, please. And
Spell your last name for me.
M as in man, CCALLION as in Nancy. So I was here a few months ago advocating for a sidewalk from 133 Saratoga Road to the Hannaford there, ideally from the Walmart to the Hannaford, if we can swing it. I was looking for, and where would I find a status update on that? If this has been,
so typically we don't engage. Do you have any other comments?
That's really it. I came to advocate for a sidewalk.
All right, very good. I'll tell you what, in my report, I'll actually make a comment on that, which is next. We'll move on. All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to be heard at the privilege of the floor? Anyone else wishing to be heard at the privilege of the floor? Is there anyone else wishing to be heard at privilege of the floor? Privilege of the floor is now closed. I'll move on to the supervisor comments. And first off, typically we don't address individuals at the privilege of the floor, but I will tell you that certainly I take public safety extremely serious. We have reached out to other agencies. I've reached out to Senator Fahey's office, Congressman Tonko's office, and county legislators as well. We're working in conjunction with them to see whatever we can do. These are New York State DOT roadways. Also been in contact with our planning department. We're working as well and trying to identify, if we can get these projects moving. I can tell you this is not something from experience. I don't think it's going to happen within a month. So we are working on it. Certainly your concerns were heard, and public safety is of the utmost concern. So hopefully we can make some progress in that direction. All right. I'll now move on to a couple of announcements that I have. There will be on July 12th at the Glenville Senior Center, which is at 32 Warden Road, July 12th from 9 a.m. to noon. It will be a shredding event. So if people need documents shredded or paper shredded, whatever, this is going to be hosted by the Fireside Church at the Senior Center. So this is not a town-sanctioned event. We are allowing them to put this on at the Senior Center, and it is for residents of the community. I think it's a great opportunity for people to take advantage and bring documents or papers that they would like to have shredded. That'll probably get posted on our signboard, and you can look at engaging in that as well. One other thing that I'd like to point out, we have one more meeting coming up in July before we start Thursdays in the Park. And I really want to thank the entertainment committee for working diligently on really putting together this year what I think are four stellar performances that are going to happen at Indian Meadows. So the first one starts on August 7th, and it is every Thursday consecutively, and it runs until August 28th. Really take a look at what's taking place there. There's going to be great food, great music, and it's always with a purpose. So again, I want to thank the committee for putting this together. It starts at 6 p.m., and it's just a great opportunity for families to get out and come and enjoy beautiful Indian Meadows. So thank you again for the hard work. I appreciate it. And that's all I have. We'll move on to our normal agenda for this evening. And we will start with number 9, a resolution adopting the local law establishing an interim temporary suspension for the battery energy solar facilities within the town of Glenville. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion?
Just to kind of respond to the comment and privilege of the floor. This is not about individual homes. This is about battery storage facilities, commercial battery storage facilities, which people in our town are already being solicited to provide property to host those facilities. We're talking about large facilities where multiple semi type vans would be parked, accepting energy and, just being stored there. The Environmental Conservation Committee is working already to come up with a plan to make sure that, we're ready for these type projects. It's not about somebody's individual home. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there any other comments? I'd just like to add to that, Dan is here. He is our chair for GECC. Thank him for their fine work that they do as a committee and the recommendations that are made to the town board on behalf of GECC. Certainly, thank you for your efforts and the rest of your committee. I certainly think that this is giving us an opportunity to take a look at the overall environmental impact and also the safety risks that are also concerned. I think that there are various things with battery storage that have not been identified yet, and I think that they can, this will give us a great opportunity to dive deep into looking into not only the risk that may be there for the environment, but for our first responders and for our residents. So this is just going to be a time period where we take a look into the overlay and maybe put different codes in place. So is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Wu,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa,
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland.
Yes. On to resolution number 10. This is adopting a local law to amend the sign control 270-69G for the Freeman's Bridge corridor. We had already approved this before, and this is just making some changes and amendments in the language. Can I have a motion?
So moved. I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? As I stated, this is just amending what has already really been approved. Seeing no further discussion, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Wu,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa,
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland.
Yes, on to 11, a resolution authorizing the chief of police to purchase door access security equipment with money from the DASNY grant. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
And do I have a second?
Second.
And is there any discussion?
Yes, as stated, this is a resolution that will allow the town of Glenville to upgrade its door access equipment, install new equipment in the new storage building, and host it all on a single platform along with the camera system for the police department in the town, I believe.
Thank you. Sorry,
I'm good.
I interrupted you.
It's fine.
Apologize,
Accepted.
Councilman. Are you through?
Yeah, I'm through.
All right, sorry about that. Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Maravka,
Yes.
Councilman Griffin.
Yes, on to number 12, a resolution authorizing the appointment of John Na to the position of police officer. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yes, as stated, this is a resolution that will appoint John Na to the position of police officer due to a vacancy in the town police department. And it will become effective upon approval on July 13th, 2025.
Very good. Is there any further discussion? I'm not going to add anything to that. I'm happy to see that we have a transfer coming into the department. I will just say that it's a great department, and I'm happy that you're coming on board, John. And I'll now ask the chief to come and make some remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. We should do the vote. Thank you.
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Maravka,
Yes.
Councilman Griffin.
Yes, you made it in, John. Now the chief can make some comments.
Again, thank you to the town board for allowing us to move forward in the hiring of a new police officer here with the town of Glenville Police Department. As you know, that we just had a recent retirement of Detective Lavery. This position essentially will fill that vacancy. We are also working on another vacancy from an officer that left the academy and a previous vacancy as well, but we're moving towards filling those as quickly as possible. So again, thank you for allowing us this opportunity to go ahead and hire John. John is currently and I always get this wrong, John, Mamaroneck, New York police officer, which is downstate Westchester County, right, John? John's been there from January 2019 to the present. John's also a 2005 graduate from the Skidmore College here in Saratoga Springs with his Bachelor of Science in Business with a minor in Spanish. Interestingly enough, John is trilingual. John speaks English, Spanish, and Korean. So to have him on board is going to be a great asset to the police department. John has two children, 7 and 5 years old, and John is planning to relocate, hopefully here in Glenville in the near future. He actually is looking at properties here in the town as we speak. So hoping to have him be a resident here in the town, like most of, 75 to 80% of our police officers are. And he's coming from a town police department with a similar structure, similar policies and procedures. So he's a sure fit here with the police department. So thanks again to the town board. John, if you want to come on up to get sworn in. Sounds good. In the middle?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very appreciative of the town, Chief Jay, Lieutenant Lee for giving me the opportunity, to go personal with you. I have to move further up the line and state agency process very seamless and very busy time in that way. So I couldn't be more thankful for the town and the police department for using us. I've served Washington County and town of Marion safely for the past 7 years. I plan on doing the same this time.
Stand in the back. Thanks, Leanne. Thanks, Leanne.
Okay.
All right, that was great.
I'm the council now.
We will take a brief moment to allow everyone to exit.
Yeah.
Let's get coffee.
No. Nope, thanks, I'm good.
I can meet up right away.
I might.
Work after 3:30. You can get from me or something. Sounds good. Be safe.
All right, we will now continue with our normal agenda, and we will move on to Resolution 13, a resolution approving the 284 agreement for expenditures for highway monies. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
So this is an agreement that we have to do according to state law in order to pave the roads that we've chosen to pave this year, which are in this resolution that particular neighborhood which we're working in,
Correct, with a list of roads as well.
with a list of roads.
And it also encompasses general repairs as well. The sum total for pavement improvements is $619,605.18. All right,
And the plan is to do all these roads this
that
summer?
is the plan.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It would be great if we can publicize this as soon as possible, so people know we're going to be in their neighborhoods.
Yeah, certainly. I think that the highway superintendent has some finalization of numbers to get back. But I do believe that this is certainly what is being proposed by the highway superintendent.
Great.
All right. And any further discussion?
Nope.
Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Lee?
Yes.
Councilman Aaron?
Yes.
Councilman Quinn?
Yes, on to number 14, and this is a resolution amending the 2025 budget due to an increase in highway paving. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And I'll just state that this is just transferring funds from the DB account to the ED account. And the sum total is $23,893.78. This is due to the estimate that the highway superintendent has given us for the list of roads that are outlined in the 284 agreement.
So I would just like to outline that we're taking funds which were left over from the bulk recycling program and putting them into paving. Just, to me, that's important. It's important that we're using those funds in the same account. We're, instead of picking up garbage, we're paving roads.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? I'll reiterate what the councilman said as well. I do think that, we made financially wise decisions with, controls on our bulk item collection. And this will allow us to put money back into infrastructure and roads. And, it's a very important part of what we're committed to doing. So any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Lee?
Yes.
Councilman Aaron?
Yes.
Yes. On to 15, a resolution accepting the 2025 water and sewer use roll fees. Do I have a motion?
Motion. I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, and as stated, I think that this is just establishing the user fee rolls. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, this just allows us to go out and send bills out to the people who, buy water from us and, use our sewers. So
Thank you.
it's important.
Any further discussion?
No.
Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Lee?
Yes.
Councilman Aaron?
Yes.
Councilman Quinn?
Yes. On to 16, a resolution approving the minutes of the special town board meeting held on May 28, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
And is there any discussion?
Yeah, so we all received these in our email from Julie, and thank you, Julie, for sending them out to us.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Lee?
Yes.
Councilman Aaron?
Yes.
Councilman Quinn?
Yes, on to 17, resolution approving the monthly reports for April 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion?
Again, we receive our monthly reports in our emails, and thank all the department heads for getting those out to us.
Thank you, Councilman. And is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Lee?
Yes.
Councilman Aaron?
Yes.
Councilman Quinn?
Yes, on to 18, resolution approving the monthly reports for May 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, again, this is the same thing. We get our reports in our emails, and I appreciate all the work that goes into those.
Thank you, Councilman. Any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Lee?
Yes.
Councilman Aaron?
Yes.
Councilman Quinn?
Yes, on to 19, a resolution authorizing the highway superintendent to accept a proposal from T&T Sales for a new dump body for vehicle G27. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. And as stated, this is authorizing the highway superintendent to purchase a new dump body for G27, not to exceed a cost of $15,930. Is there any further discussion?
This is a budgeted item.
It is.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Wu,
Yes.
Councilman Aaron,
Yes.
Councilman Chapman.
Yes. On to 20, a resolution appointing Sam Scott Mushaw to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I was like, he's got a double name there.
Yeah, is he Sam Scott or is he Scott Sam?
It's good. So anyway, I think Sam certainly brings, based on the recommendation from our town planner, Tony Tazi, he is the president of Dimension Fabricators, brings a wealth of construction knowledge to our board. So we're pleased to add him on. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, Sam is he's a longtime resident of town. He raised a couple of young men in town and, great guy. Very, very glad to be able to vote, on this particular person being appointed to the planning board.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Wu,
Yes.
Councilman Aaron,
Yes.
Councilman Chapman.
Yes, we have 5 add-ons this evening, and so therefore we will move 21 to the end after which is new business, after we take up add-ons 1 through 5. So I'll now move to add-on number 1, a resolution rejecting the bid from MR2 for the construction of the Indian Meadows Pole Barn. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
And do I have a second? I'll second that. And this bid is being rejected due to it being over budget. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, in my mind, if we can only get one bidder, maybe we should come up with a new plan and try to rebid it.
Councilman, we are definitely going to try and rebid. We'll reach out to many contractors again and try and rebid this. Unfortunately, the bid came in way significantly over budget. All right?
Yeah.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Wu,
Yes.
Councilman Aaron,
Yes.
Councilman Chapman.
Yes, on to number 2. And I will just say that before I go 2 through 4, these are a series of resolutions that pertain directly to our water plant upgrades, which we had a work session some time ago with Delaware Engineering and discussed all of these potential projects that were coming forward. These are bids that will be awarded from a bid opening that just occurred this week. So I will start with number 2, and it's a resolution accepting the bid from Bellamy Construction for well pumps 2 and 3 for the general construction. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. And as I already stated, this is to award the contract to Bellamy Construction. And this is at a price of $475,000. And this is for the demolition of the existing wells and the construction of the new wells. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Wu,
Yes.
Councilman Aaron,
Yes.
Councilman Chapman.
Yes. On to number 3, a resolution accepting the bid from Stilsing Electric for the well pumps 2 and 3 electrical construction. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. And as stated, this is awarding the bid for $293,553.36.
Wait a minute. I'm reading $165,151 for Stilson. You're on the next page.
I have them out of order. I apologize. There you go, 165. All right. Sorry about that, Councilman. So it is awarding the bid for $165,151 to Stilsing for the electrical work for the well pump number 2 and number 3. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Blue,
Yes.
Councilman Mendoza,
Yes.
Yes. On to number 4, and that is a resolution accepting the bid from Emmerich Associates for the replacement of well pumps 2 and 3. And do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And moved and seconded, and as stated, this is awarding the bid for $293,553.36 for the brand new well pumps.
This is the actual purchase of the pumps.
This is the actual purchase of 2 brand new fluid pumps. Yes.
And do they also install the pumps?
Well, all of this, so everything that we've just approved encompasses the whole project of purchasing the pumps, installing the pumps, the construction of it, all of that, the wiring. So one was the electrical company, one's the construction company, and the other is the well pump provider. These pumps are really going to be a valuable upgrade to our plant. We currently, at high demand, can pump 5,328,000,000 gallons per day. These new pumps will allow us to pump just over 7 million gallons a day. We need to do this to meet the demand of all of the people who we supply. Town of Boston, Town of Clifton Park, Scotia, our industrial park. This is money that is well spent in our water plant upgrades. Any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Blue,
Yes.
Councilman Mendoza,
Yes.
Councilman Perkins,
Yes. On to number 5, resolution authorizing the acting supervisor to sign an intergovernmental agreement with New York State Offices of Information Technology Services and the Division of Homeland Security for cyber security software for the town for a 3-year period. This is the best part. At no cost. At no cost. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
And do I have a second? I thought you guys would be more excited to move that and second it. But, all right, do I have a second?
Well, so he moved it, I seconded it.
All right, sorry about that. And is there any discussion?
Well, it's exciting, but this is only for 3 years. We've got to pay for it down the road.
Well, but here's a caveat. You're paying for it right now, so this is an opportunity for us to save $19,000. So any
Great.
savings is definitely a savings. So we're always looking for that. I want to thank our comptroller for being on top of that and having this opportunity to save $19,000 over the next 3 years. So is there any further discussion?
Fantastic. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Blue,
Yes.
Councilman Mendoza,
Yes.
Councilman Perkins.
Yes, and that gets to the end of our agenda. I will move on to new business and start on my left with Councilman Aragosa.
I have no new business.
Councilman Galuli.
No new business.
I will just add one thing. I'll just like to say that we will not meet before the 4th of July. I want to wish everyone a happy and safe Independence Day, and I hope you enjoy many sunny days between now and then. And that's it. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.
That's where all the pens are.
So,
Will you get one?